Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's what my reaction was after reading this class action lawsuit against McDonald's over its fake meat. I also decided to do a little bit of digging into other fast food restaurants and fast food chains to look at if they were using real meats, real cheeses, and real products. And well, you'll probably not be that surprised, but most of them don't. And many of them don't, I should say. And let's start with this lawsuit because yuck. McDonald's faces class action lawsuit over fan favorite, the McRib. Now, this has always been kind of a meme. I feel like there was like a Simpsons joke about the Krusty Burger not being real meat, and it was like smaller with more legs than a cow or something like that. A fan favorite of McDonald's has landed the popular fast food chain in a class action lawsuit, as at least 4 people now claim the McRib actually does not contain any real pork. The federal complaint filed on Christmas, December 23rd, by Peter Lee, Charles Lynch, Dorian Baker, and Derek Wilson, cited that the McDonald's marketing of the McRib is misleading. According to the complaint, the plaintiff claims that the limited time menu items, name, and presentation leads reasonable customers to believe the product uses real pork rib meat. Well, yeah, it's called the McRib. I think that is a reasonable assumption. I don't think any of us out there believe that, McDonald's food is healthy or whatever, whatever the case may be. But I think that I thought it was at least kind of real meat. Like, I know that people say about the Angus I know this is a hack for carnivore people, that like their quarter pounder is like 100% real Angus. Like it's actually real meat. According to the complaint, by including the word rib in the name of the McRib, as well as going out of its way to shape the sandwich's patty into the shape of a pork rib, McDonald's knows or should know that consumers are being misled. Yikes. So what this sounds like it means is it is in fact not pork. The McRib, according to the suit, is said to contain lower quality cuts of pork, including pork shoulder, nothing wrong with pork shoulder, heart, tripe, and scalded stomach. I feel like I had to look up even what tripe was. Certainly not ribs. Actually, in fact, let me look up what it is. What is pork tripe? Pork tripe is the edible stomach lining of the pig, a nutrient-rich offal prized in many global cuisines for its unique and chewy texture and ability to absorb flavors from spices. Look, I'm an adventurous eater. I might, if somebody told me, hey, this is pork stomach and I've seasoned it with X, Y, and Z, and it's going to be good and whatever. Okay. But at least I'm going into it knowing that it's going to be an adventure. I did not. It's like, okay, if you told me hot dogs aren't real dog. We know that. But if you told me like, oh my God, hot dogs contain, or lower quality cuts. My dad always used to say that it's lips and assholes. Like I still like hot dogs. I don't care. I still like them. But, it is called a McRib, so I do think it's reasonable to assume that there's rib meat in it. The suit intends to represent all consumers of the product within the last 4 years and cited 16 different legal claims against the fast food chain, including fraud, breach of warranty, contract violations, and violations of state consumer protection laws, The Independent reported. McDonald's said in the statement to the outlet that the popular item, first introduced in 1982, uses 100% boneless pork. Okay, well, the testicles are boneless pork. Is that what's in there? You know what I mean? Like, there's the shaft, the pig's shaft is a boneless, as far as I know. I don't know. I'm not a big animal dong expert, but I know some animals have bones in there, right? Sea animals? I don't know. As if the dong, the scrot doesn't have any bones in it. Is the scrotum in there? Because that would technically be 100% boneless pork. This lawsuit distorts the facts of many of the claims are inaccurate. Food quality and safety are at the heart of everything we do. That's why we're committed to using real quality ingredients across the entire menu, McDonald's said. Well, it's called a McRib. I don't think it's crazy to expect it to be rib meat. Our fan favorite McRib sandwich is made with 100% pork sourced from farmers and suppliers across the United States. We've always been transparent about our ingredients so guests can make the right choice. Well, you're not saying that it's rib meat. McDonald's added that it does not use pork hearts, tripe, or scalded stomach in the McRib patty, and that those items aren't even allowed in any of its pork products. Okay, well, if that's true, that makes me feel a little bit better. I've never actually had a McRib. Is it any good? I feel like if I was going to have a McRib, I'd have to double patty it. That's a lot of bun. I think my go-to would be McRib, double patty, no pickles. The suit, however, also claims that the false advertising of its products and contents was to sell the McRib at premium prices, adding that data cited in the suit that the McRib costs more than many other items, averaging $5.63 in December 2024 and reaching as high as $8 in some locations. The McRib is among the most expensive individual items at McDonald's, often priced higher than burgers made with 100% beef patties. It further claimed that the company's cultivated a sense of anticipation around the limited time product, leveraging its scarcity to drive sales. They're not winning this lawsuit. That's my guess. That's my guess. They're not winning this lawsuit. By the way, here's some chains that don't use real cheese. Many fast food chains don't use American cheese, which technically isn't even cheese. American cheese only needs to contain 51% of real cheese, 49% upside down question mark. The FDA says that American cheese is in fact pasteurized processed cheese. When it comes to fast food, nothing is more iconic than the cheeseburger. From the Big Mac to the Whopper, when people have their favorites aside from any health and nutrition qualms, there's another harsh reality about your favorite burger. It doesn't contain real cheese. While chains like Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, and Chipotle use real, non-processed cheese for some of their menu items, not every fast food spot can say the same. MASH reports, for starters, McDonald's is using cheese that the USDA, U.S. Food and Drug Administration, does not consider real cheese. Internet rumors claim that Mickey D's is topping their burgers with straight-up plastic. Former McDonald's corporate chef Mike Harazik debunked the theory, sort of. The company's website states that the cheese is pasteurized processed American cheese made from milk, cream, water, sodium citrate, salt, cheese cultures, citric acid, enzyme, soy lecithin, and color. That's a lot of ingredients when the only ingredient you really need in cheese is milk. Well, you might be wondering, isn't American cheese real cheese? No, it isn't. According to the FDA website, the organization claims that American cheese is actually a pasteurized processed cheese, and only about 50% of each slice is comprised of real cheese. Basically, it allows for a lot more filler and, quote, improved ingredients in the mix, which generally results in a lower quality product. Brian, a cheesemaker from Mystic Cheese, told Food Network. Many fast food chains use a variety of, quote, cheeses, in quotations, some of which are American, some are other real cheese. You'll find a slice or two on most Burger King burgers, but the chain uses real cheese in some of its items. I mean, how about this? Real eggs. One thing I will say, this is, I think, why McDonald's breakfast is so widely liked. It actually does use real eggs, but a lot of other fast food places don't use real eggs. Most of us flock to fast food chains for a quick bite to eat. These are both articles from December. When quality isn't necessarily top priority, still people have some standards. Some fast food establishments rely on, quote, fake eggs for their menus. McDonald's, for example, relies on real eggs for all of its meals. The chain cracks a fresh egg for every McMuffin. I remember saying that. I remember blowing people's minds because friends of mine worked at McDonald's, and I would tell them, people no, that egg just comes in a loaf, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, it doesn't. My friends work at McDonald's. They crack an egg for every Egg McMuffin's a real egg, and people still don't believe me to this day. However, It uses liquid eggs and other offerings like its scrambled eggs and its sausage burrito. So their scrambled eggs are not real eggs. Wendy's has used freshly cracked grade A eggs since it launched its breakfast menu in 2020. Whataburger also claims to use farm fresh eggs. Panera Bread uses real eggs. However, some chains still use enriched egg products that contain additives, including popular joints like Chick-fil-A, though the chain has pledged to serve 100% cage-free eggs by 2026. Taco Bell maintains committed to using 100% cage-free eggs back to 2016. But here's the thing. More chains than just Chick-fil-A and Burger King rely on fake eggs. Dunkin' Donuts uses an egg product which contains ingredients like soybean oil, xanthan gum in its breakfast sandwiches. Starbucks also relies on fake eggs containing additives like flavorings and oils for its egg sandwiches. For further information on which chains serve unadulterated eggs, you can check out their ingredients list that are available on most fast food websites. After all, if you frequent a chain you mentioned for an egg sandwich, you may be curious about what you're actually eating. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, even at the same restaurant, like McDonald's, they use real eggs for an Egg McMuffin, but fake eggs for their burrito and fake eggs for their scrambled eggs. So you have to, like, if you care about that, like if you're eating McDonald's breakfast, I don't think you're really stressing that hard about what it is. You're like, I'm hungry, it's greasy, I'm hungover, whatever. But the McRib is concerning, mystery meat, and the fake cheese thing, I kind of already knew. I just didn't know it was barely cheese at all. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you again real soon.